I cannot think of a more classic example of a holy horror trinity than the original cast of the original cast of Fright Night.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay,
Yes.
here we are.
Here at Scares That Care, a precedent-setting kind of film festival, con, really kind of embarking on really exploring new territory with regards to raising money for charity. And I've never heard of a festival that raises money for charity. I think it's kind of a cool precedent-setting.
This is a first for us too. Yeah, the nonprofit aspect to it, it's smart. It does make sense, and I think it's brought a lot of just really lovely people to the event, because there's one thing to go and spend money on certain things, but then there's the give back is more and more important to people on the planet.
And meaningful.
Yeah.
And meaningful. I really hope it I really hope it sends a message. And just, I think that the horror expo, the con, the film festival arena could really use some new blood in terms of laying a new foundation that just creates a different mentality. And it's just so great to have all three of you here.
Great
Thank
to
you.
be here.
Yeah.
It's great. We've been doing these conventions and stuff for a couple of years, and I'm always struck when I go to them about what a great, cohesive, caring community these people really are.
Yeah.
You know, they walk around with axes in their heads and, stitches and things like that. But there's a real sense of community, and they're just delightful, really caring people. And they're bringing their families and stuff, so it's great that they're able to tap into that, to their humanity, and to work with something like this.
And Scares That Care have their three nonprofits that the three areas that they donate to, but then also there's a box of donations here in Williamsburg for this specific event to give back to this specific community, and they're just really doing it right. And I agree, it's nice to sort of up the ante a little bit, just sort of turn it up a notch in terms of our being here and making it count for other people and making it count in a more global way.
And inspire other festivals to follow suit.
Yeah, cool.
Did you did you happen to see the little girl with the big grimace makeup?
Yeah.
Yes,
That was pretty good, yeah.
amazing, amazing. She's adorable, and the gorgeous red hair.
Yes.
The-
And can hula hoop like a devil.
oh, I didn't.
you see
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. She hula hooped for me yesterday.
Did she really?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna like
Brief
corkscrew.
demonstration.
Oh, they always do it for the vampires.
Well, I'm jujing the costume contest tonight.
She will no doubt be there.
Yes, so perhaps that's her talent in the show. I don't.
The talent aspect of it.
She hulaed.
A bathing suit competition and the talent.
Well, let me tell you, she hulas and hisses.
Ooh.
What's that?
She hulas and hisses at the same time.
The two H's.
Wow. Okay.
I just on to talk about Fright Night for a minute. I think it serves as such a wonderful representation of a contemporary horror film, but there's such a great homage to the great Gothic horror films, like Hammer films especially, which of course I grew up loving, and I just think it just finds that perfect happy medium of being a contemporary horror film, but also serving to just create a Gothic atmosphere that is very rare, clearly.
I think that was Tom Holland's intention,
Absolutely.
the director-writer of the movie, because he was a great lover of all the old horror movies as well. So,
And Roddy McDowell, I mean, just to have that representation, and I'm sure for all of you, just inspire all of you to appreciate the luminaries of the industry, not just the horror genre, but all elements of the luminaries, the people that came before us, the pioneers.
I think it's interesting that you call Fright Night a contemporary film.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
I appreciate that so much. Relative to the Hammer films, yes, but it's also nice that we have this little part in history, and there was a resurgence, we believe, with Fright Night in terms of embracing the horror genre, but it's gone so much further.
and so
But-
much more mainstream.
Yes,
too.
there you go. Yeah.
You know, horror movies, that is, particularly the Frankenstein movies, the Dracula movies in their day, were very much mainstream movies. They appealed to a very broad popular audience, and as time went by, that kind of appeal lessened as the movies became less serious. and as the approach to them became less serious. And I think essentially what Tom Holland did with our movie, with Fright Night, was to say, okay, you can't approach it in exactly the same way now because we know too much. We've been there. But at the same time, so we can have fun with it, but we shouldn't make fun of it because it's too important.
Well,
It's a very important part of our film history.
I think almost especially because, although you're very suave and debonair, your comedic chops, the comedic element is so substantially unique for that film.
Well,
You
and
know,
that was
and-
born out of the humanity of the situation, really, truly. Some of it is inherent on the page in the written word, but a lot of it was just behavioral in the relationships and the circumstance. I mean, here's the boy next door with his girl next door type of girlfriend, and a vampire moves into the neighborhood, and then, there you have it.
The Boy Cries Wolf.
It
Yeah,
started out
yeah.
as one movie and
Classic.
quickly turns into a very different movie.
Yeah, but
yeah.
like you brought a very specific style to the comedic chops that you brought to the table, and being so young, I'm assuming that you would not have thought of yourself as a honed comedic actress.
No, I wasn't a honed anything, really. But
But you look at it now, and I mean, your instincts as a comedian are so not to be funny, but just to be quirky.
well, yeah, and again with Stephen Jeffries especially,
Yes.
because his character really embodies that. But what you play is the truth of who you are and the truth of the circumstance, and it just was crafted so well. And yeah, I mean, and I think that's what made it a movie that was hard to market, because it was really truly state of the art effects. And it really, truly was a horror movie, but it was all lots of other things too. And
With a
in
different
terms
flavor.
of this, yeah. But
Because
it
that's
didn't make
inter-
fun of itself. It didn't make fun of the genre, but we had the circumstance and the characters had that sort of fun feeling to it. So
A magical film.
Thank you.
yeah, thanks.
Thanks for
William Ragsdale, Amanda Bearse, Chris Sarandon, thank you so much for sitting down.